What is your favourite spot in Helsinki? What area is still unknown? And you know what? That question really got me thinking, and also made me realise that I haven't actually explored Helsinki that much. So this morning I've jumped on a very fashionable city bike, and we're going to explore, and I'm going to answer some more questions and also get some exercise apparently. Oh my god, I'm unfit. Will you make sure no one steals my bike, please? So yesterday on Instagram I asked you guys to send me some questions because it's been a while since we've had a Q&A. The last time I did a Q&A was when we moved here to Finland, and now it's like 7 weeks later. I think there might be some interesting questions coming up. So like I say, I asked you guys on Instagram for some questions, so today we're going to go through those questions. And by far the most popular question with 110 likes is, have you noticed any negative aspects about living in Finland yet? And if yes, which? And that's actually a really interesting question, because I know I speak a lot about Finland and how much I love the place. And now after living here for 7 weeks, there have been a couple of things which have been a bit not so great, I guess. Most of these things are actually more to do with me than Finland. But recently the biggest source of frustration has been the bureaucracy of being able to live here. But you know what, people did warn me. They did warn me that there was a lot of forms to fill in. But finally I got my personal ID number, like my social security number, through, so that's one step done. Actually, I'll tell you another negative thing right this second. You only get 30 minutes on these city bikes, and then you have to dock them and then take them away again if you want to keep on using them. That's a pain in the ass. So right now I'm actually heading over to the Clarion Hotel because, funnily enough, I'll be staying there for the next couple of nights. I'm going to be going to the Ping Festival, and it's being held at the Clarion, and they've invited me to stay there as well, so that's really nice. So, have I had any embarrassing moments since moving here to Finland? Like somebody speaking Finnish to me? Only every single day that I've been here. That is actually one of the constant struggles I have since moving here. And actually the first couple of weeks I was really nervous about going out, although I'd been to Finland a lot and I know everyone's English is great, especially here in Helsinki. I don't know, I had a couple of weeks of anxiety of kind of leaving the house and going to the shop and stupid stuff like that. I don't know, I think that's a pretty normal anxiety to have when you move to another country. But embarrassing moments, yeah, I mean, I can take the most recent one. Like the other day I was walking down the street and the lady asked me in Finnish how to get to the metro. And yeah, she was like a slightly older lady, so maybe her English wasn't great, so I just said, I'm sorry, I don't speak Finnish. And she went on her way, a little bit red in the face, I think, as well. I don't know why it was embarrassing for her, because I mean, I'm in her country and I don't speak her language, so anyway. I guess that was that was the most recent embarrassing moment. And speaking of embarrassing things, walking and riding a bike through a city pointing a camera at your face isn't probably the most normal thing to do. And that's a question I get sometimes actually from people that want to start making YouTube videos. And that is how I don't get embarrassed walking around with a camera in public. And the fact of the matter is I absolutely do. It's definitely not a normal thing to do or a normal thing to see, so you can understand when people stop and stare at you when you're talking to a camera. But the trick really is to find a nice quiet place like this. But I guess the main thing that I always remember is that this lady walking past, she's never going to see me again, probably. So she might walk past and think, hey, that's a weird thing to see. And in about 10 steps time she'll forget all about it and just be like, ha, this city. Crazy. Anyway, that was a little side note. Let's get back to the questions. Are you going to go to any festivals in Finland this summer? If yes, which ones? Festivals? No, I'm not going to any festivals this summer. Not yet, at least, anyway. Now, I know there are a lot of cool music festivals going on each summer, and I really hope to get to one at some point. But currently, I am not scheduled to go to any this year. But we'll see. You never know what will happen. All right, let's pop over to the Clarion and see if the room's ready for me. You know, I've travelled a long way to stay at this hotel, so it better be ready. Okay, so this is this was a nice surprise. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to get into the room right now, but here we are. But hey, pretty nice room, and the view is, you got one view here looking out towards the archipelago, and if you'll follow me over to this window, another view looking out over the city. Who's a lucky boy? Okay, so this question actually seems pretty appropriate considering where I am right now. Who is your biggest YouTube idol? Is there some single YouTuber that got you into making your own videos? That's actually a really tricky question to answer because I've been making videos now for 6 years. So my inspirations have changed a lot over those 6 years. But recently, of course, Casey Neistat is a huge influence on me. And the reason that is connected to where I am right now is that Casey slept in this very room. Maybe it was this room, I don't know, it was in this hotel at least. But maybe even more so, there is a guy called Peter McKinnon who actually makes some really nice videos here on YouTube, and he has been a huge influence on the way I've been making my videos recently. A lot of more cinematic stuff and higher production value, let's say. Alright, what else you got for me, Instagram? Let's do some quick fire questions. If you could change one thing about Finland, what would it be? Probably the length of the winter. Don't get me wrong, I love the snow, I think snow is great, but it sticks around for a little too long for my liking. I think that's going to be one of the most challenging things about living in Finland all year round. Come the winter, it's going to be hard. If you could choose, would you change one thing from your past or get to know one thing from your future? I'd definitely rather live not knowing my future. And would I change anything from my past? No, probably not. I'm a big believer in that the decisions you make and the things that you do throughout your life sculpt how you are, and they also lead you on your path to where you are in life right now. And I couldn't be happier with my life at the moment. So if every single event leading up to now was important to be at this hotel right now, this very second, then I wouldn't change a thing. That didn't answer the question at all, I'm sorry. Would I change my past or look into the future? If I had to, I'd look into the future, I think. Or change my past and just win the lottery or something. Why did I go into such a long philosophical rant when I could have just won the lottery in the past? Come on, Dave. And speaking of the lottery, if you won the lottery, let's say about €1 million, what would you do with the money? So I don't know, I think if I won €1 million, I'd just buy a house. I'd make sure all my family have no debts or mortgages or anything like that. I don't know, maybe go on a big family holiday somewhere really nice and probably buy a really fast car or something stupid. All right, guys, we've got to bounce. As nice as it is to stay in the hotel, I have nothing with me. I came here on like the off chance since we were biking past. So I've actually got to go back to the apartment now and pack. This is the most ridiculous hotel stay I've ever had, and I love it. I wonder if I could actually see my house from here. This video hasn't turned out at all the way I had planned it, which I think is actually a good thing, because right. It's real talk right now. I tend to overthink my video ideas a lot. So I'll get an idea and then I'll be like, yes, that is my next video, 100%. And then what I'll do is I'll think about that video idea until I convince myself that it's the worst video and I can't believe that I thought of it and I should quit doing what I do. So today I woke up and I was like, Dave, you're gonna film a video, you're gonna film the video idea that you had yesterday, and I've been held accountable because I asked you guys to help me. And even like partway through this day, I was like, I'm not sure if this is a good video. I'm not sure if this is good at all. But you know what? I pushed through that and I was like, you're gonna make a video. And now I'm actually quite happy with how this has turned out. It's beautifully random, I think. We've gone on a bike ride, we've gone to the Clarion Hotel. I've answered some of your questions, which was the whole point of this video. And I don't know, I'm just having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. So with that said, let me answer a couple more questions. Someone's asked if I get recognized on the streets of Finland. From time to time I do, and it's really lovely. What's not so cool is when people take secret pictures of me. Like, for example, there's one person took one from like in between a bookshelf when I was in a bookstore once. And it wasn't that they took the picture, it's that they sent it to me later, which I found a little bit creepy. But in general, every time I meet someone on the street, it's really nice. When it comes to your friends and family in the UK, what is the most asked question about Finland and living there? And actually someone further up asked what I thought about Finland before I met Kat. And you know what, I think it's just a case of not knowing anything. So the question is just kind of, and then I delicately explained to them why I love Finland and why they should go there immediately. But before I met Kat, before I came to Finland for the first time, before any of this, I honestly had no thoughts either way about Finland. Mainly because Finland, I guess, stay out of the news and the media quite a lot, which now, of course, makes sense. The Finns just want to keep to themselves. So I guess the question I get most asked is like, what is Finland like? And it's such a hard question to answer. I usually just say, you just got to come and check it out for yourself and assure them that they will not be disappointed. Oh, anyway, I got to pack. I've got a hotel to stay in tonight. So I guess I'm gonna pack and let's meet up again in the hotel room maybe. 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome back to the hotel room, and it's actually a couple of days later and I am the worst vlogger in the world. Good. So yes, back in the hotel room, had the event I was going to yesterday, which was really cool. But now I'm off on another adventure to Tampere. But you will see all about this next trip to Tampere in next week's video. But anyway, I am late actually to go on my way to Tampere. So that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, hit like. If you're new to my face or new around here, hit that subscribe button. You know what to do by now. And I'll see you guys next week.